What a beautiful weekend in the Premier League, huh? Listen, Arsenal 2-0 West Ham. Chelsea 2-1 Liverpool. And even Rumen Scamarim keeping his job with a win at Sunderland. I mean, does it get any better than that? Does it? Let me take a drink. It's early morning. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet. Listen, Arsenal 2, West Ham 0 was a great game yesterday. Just a great day. You know, it wasn't the best, most scintillating performance in the world, but we knew Nuno would come into West Ham. We knew he'd make things organized. He's just come to the club. As he alluded to in his press match conference, he was going to start with the basics and make things organized. We know his teams are organized and he's very good at doing that. And look, it was a game where they set up with two banks. They didn't even have a shot. They didn't even have a shot on target. So, look, Raya was not bothered. Our defense was not troubled. It was about whether we could break them down. And that's an issue we've had for the since the end of Wenger's era, actually, I'd say. We've had issues with breaking teams down that set up in low blocks. It's a very easy way to break Arsenal down. And yesterday, I was very impressed with the team selection because honestly, the players we bought this summer, that summer transfer window was so good. We have so many different formation options for different types of teams and the way they set up. And I actually might do a video on that. Rice in the 6 and 2-8 in Eze on Odegaard. Now that is a team. We know, look, when we bought Rice, he was the best 6 other than Rodri in the league. One of the best ball winners in Europe. And I know Zubimendi is a good 6, but I feel like he's more known for his passing between the lines that we haven't been seeing too often, to be fair, since he's come. But let's give him benefit of the doubt. He's probably warming up and getting used to things. So I've actually been asking for seeing Rice in the 6 and then playing 2 attacking 8s because that solidity with Rice in front of that back 4, who is the better 6 when you talk about the defensive capabilities, the dueling, he is the better 6 out of him in Zubimendi. That will allow an Eze and Odegaard on the same pitch to go and break down banks of 4 and play in between the lines and hopefully keep Gyökeres and the wingers higher and able to interchange and do what they do. And I think we started to see that in the first half. We saw Eze getting shots off and running in behind. We saw Odegaard floating in and around. Obviously, unfortunately, he got injured, but it was unfortunate because he was having a good game. And that was a formation I wanted to see. I don't always want to see Zubimendi in the 6 because I don't think, you know, in games where we need to go for it and break down teams and really get the win, I think you need to be able to bring on 2 8s or 2 10s in Odegaard and Eze and mix that up and then play proper wingers. So it was unfortunate when Odegaard went off. It seems quite serious. And, you know, it was unfortunate that happened. Eze had a chance. Gyökeres had chances in that game. He still feels like he's playing Street Fighter. He's roughing man up, but he's not yet connecting. He's not yet getting that end product and that goal. It will come for him, but we also need to start making sure he gets more chances. And I think yesterday we were putting in the ball to him quite a lot. There was a ball that was squared right across the box in front of the keeper, which he slid past. There was a couple of opportunities where he could have done something. Trossard obviously played. He started the game. He had decent impact, I think. And let's look at some of these stats even, actually. It was a big day yesterday. Big day for a lot of players. And a lot of good milestones to see. Let's talk about Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka. What a guy. What a guy. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, obviously, as well. But it was Saka's 200th game yesterday. 200th game. Enters the top 10 Arsenal goal scorers in Premier League history. Ahead of him is Sanchez, Pires, Walcott, Aubameyang, Giroud, Bergkamp, Van Persie, Wright, and obviously Thierry Henry. And honestly, if Saka continues to stay at this club and if we start to win things, I easily reckon he can push on towards, you know, Giroud, Bergkamp even. He is a top quality player. And even I also want to mention this as well. In 200 appearances, He's reached 100 GA, 100 goal involvements, 55 goals, 45 assists. The second youngest player to do that, which is incredible. And only Cesc Fabregas is the only other player younger than him to do that. So look, big game for him. He obviously converted the penalty, was just fantastic. But let's start with the first goal that we scored. Order rice. Every other day we order rice. Some of us are wise. Every other day we Declan Rice. Listen, Declan Rice MPs against his former club. We know West Ham have been a thorn in our side. We've had tough fixtures. Honestly, we'll go back and look at the first 7 fixtures. We've had tough fixtures this season. West Ham have been a thorn in our side the last couple. They've taken points of us, obviously, last season. And Newcastle as well. Well, we dealt with Newcastle. Today was West Ham. We know Declan Rice. It's a big game for him. He's a very classy, respectful guy going to face his old club. And today, he silenced that crowd because they always love to get onto him. He always loved to get onto Declan Rice. But guess what? Kept him quiet, shut him up, and said, stick it where the sun don't shine, essentially. And him getting that goal was crucial. And I also want to credit, so shout out to Declan Rice because he had a fantastic performance, easily 8 out of 10. Played in the 6th role, which I just love to see him play because you can see it's so incredibly natural to him. The way he times his runs to intercept, to break up play, the way he was passing to set off Eze. But you then saw his other quality as an 8 as well. There's always the debate over 6 and 8. Obviously, Zubimendi came on when Odegaard got injured. Zubimendi went in the 6 and he had a great game. That's the Zubimendi we want to see. But Rice was able to pick up some spaces. So it was Zubimendi, actually, who I want to give a lot of credit to today. A lot of credit to because he is the person who played the passes I said we've been needing to see from him. And those are the line breaking passes. Let's look at Exhibit A. Exhibit A. I don't want to get copyright strike, but here, these are the passes we haven't been seeing from Zubimendi enough. We haven't been seeing these passes, and so I was actually advocating for. I said after my last post-match reaction, we need to be seeing Zubimendi making these passes to allow our 8s or 10s to play higher and stay there. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Fantastic game from Zubimendi. He came on and played this pass behind the lines to Eze, who took a shot at keeper, and that was the ricochet that ended up landing at Rice's feet to actually finish the goal. Fantastic bit of play from Zubimendi. And yet again, here again in the second half, this was the penalty that Saka ended up converting. A Zubimendi ball over the top here, which landed to Timber, who took a great turn. He was brought down in the penalty area, and it was our very own Bukayo Saka who executed and finished a chance. So look, fantastic game by the boys. Love to see Arteta actually utilizing his squad and leveraging different formations for different circumstances. When you need to go more attacking and break down lines, have 1-6 instead of the double pivot and play 2 10s and go for it. Allow them to move in between the lines and unsettle that defensive rigidity when you have those 2 banks of 4. So yeah, shout out to Arteta, shout out to the team. So unfortunate about Odegaard because I think he was starting to get back into form. We need to see more from Gyökeres, but I think he'll get there. And yeah, ultimately, this screenshot is what matters. Looking at our first games so far in the Premier League, this is what matters. Arsenal results this season: 1-0 against Man United. Say what you want about it, but we got the point. Set piece FC again. Ole, ole. Arsenal 5-0 leads. Comprehensive. Liverpool, we lost 1-0. Szoboszlai free kick. 1 against Nottingham Forest. 1 against Bilbao. Draw against Man City. 1 against Port Vale. 1 against Newcastle. 1 against Olympiacos. 1 against West Ham. And when we look at our next 5 games, which I did in a video up here, so check that out. Honestly, it's favorable. It's annoying that there's an international break, which is just separating us from continuing that momentum. But man, are we in a good place. We are in a good place. But let's continue that. My personal prediction, I think Arsenal have a good chance of winning this league if we were in and around first and second, and we beat Liverpool come the 7th of January 2026. I think we need to be first or second and in touching distance points wise by that game, and we need to beat Liverpool on that day for us to have a good chance of continuing the momentum. And then I'll believe we have a good chance. But for now, game by game, keep picking up the points. And yeah, man, on top of that, let's just end it with this because we got a generational meme, a slot time winner, but from a different manager. And we'll end it on this beauty. Generational. Listen, people, I'll catch you in a bit. It's been your boy NOG. Peace.